Hey Internet, it's RJ. Welcome back. Thanks for tuning into the show today. Now, today is Sunday, so you know what that means. We're going around the net with all the news you can use in the week that was in credit and finance, and we have a fully loaded docket to get to. Of course, we have the CFPB finally winning their victory against late fees. We have U.S. bank changes. We don't talk about them often, but they are in the news. And of course, we have the long-awaited, much-anticipated Wells Fargo autograph journey is now official. Full details are out, and we have a launch date and everything. Plus, to go along with it, we have Wells Fargo transfer partners to talk about as well. Lots to get to, so go ahead, press the subscribe button, and let's get to work. Now, we will start off with the CFPB, which is a follow-up to a story we probably had, had to be a few months ago, where the CFPB and the current administration are going after, there's these hidden fees and junk fees, as they call them, which is a noble effort, for sure. But they were targeting specifically the banking world. This is across multiple sectors, not just banking. But in banking, they were targeting late fees, late payment fees. They were saying the average late fee is about $32. They wanted to get it down to $8, and it looks like they have done that. So this is from the CFPB's press release on it. And you can weigh in here, let me know what you think. But they outline a few things. So lowers the impunity provision dollar amount for late fees to $8 based on data analyzed by the CFPB. A late fee of $8 will be sufficient for large card issuers on average to cover collection costs incurred as a result of late payments. Number 2, ends abuse of automatic annual inflation adjustment. The CFPB found that many issuers hike their late fees in lockstep each year without evidence of increased cost. CFPB's final rule eliminates the automatic annual inflation adjustment for the $8 late fee threshold. The adjustments was added by Federal Reserve Board and is not required by law. CFPB will instead monitor market conditions and adjust the $8 late fee immunity threshold as necessary. And number 3, requires credit card issuers to show their math. Larger card issuers will be able to charge fees above the threshold so long as they can prove a higher fee is necessary to cover the actual collections costs. They go on to say, a few other things that we've talked about. They say it's going to save, American families $10 million in late fees annually, something like that. Okay, maybe. I don't know. I think it's fine, good. It seems like it's a win for sure, but I don't personally have a ton of sympathy on late fees because they were the most easiest fees to avoid by setting up auto pay, either from the card side or another bank side to auto pay it just for the minimum amount, setting up reminders. You can change your payment date, this, that, and the other. So, it's fine. I mean, it's a headline that it sounds like a big win, and good for them. If it helps people, great, but I don't know. To me, I think the efforts were probably better spent going after other fees, and since we're saying it, hey, we're targeting junk fees and hidden fees. The word hidden always jumped out to me because, I understand sales tax, I believe, is assessed at the state level, but sales tax is still a hidden fee because it's not in the price. It's that thing plus tax written small, and then you've got to do the math, and everything ends in weird dollar amounts anyways. I would like to see them, fine, do that, but then just make it the price is the price. Don't have plus tax and have it separate. There's other banking practices I think they could have gone after, other banking fees they probably could have gone after as well. I do like it. At least the show your math part is nice. I do like that level of transparency. Let us know how much does it really cost you to collect. And hey, if you can prove that it's more than $8, fine. I would just imagine banks aren't going to be so easily defeated, and the money they get will lose from this will come from elsewhere. So it's hard to be mad about it. I just don't think it does what they think it's going to do. It sounds nice, though. So you know what? Everyone just feel happy about it, and I'll just be nice about it because I'd rather talk about these other stories we have anyways. But there you go. You can let me know if I'm just being a killjoy or you're super pumped about this, or what fees would you like them to go after next? That's probably the better question. But we move on to U.S. Bank. I just got approved for a U.S. Bank business card, the Altitude Power Card. So I'm in a nice U.S. Bank mood, or I was until I saw this. U.S. Bank is making some adjustments to the Altitude Go and the Altitude Connect. So we'll take a look at these now. And, they're interesting. So the Altitude Go, and this is coming, we got this from a source, so we're finally making it places, But 2X category is getting nerfed, basically. So that would no longer include wholesale clubs, super centers, or grocery store gas stations, which seems very punitive. The Altitude Connect is getting it better or worse, depending on how you want to look at it. The annual fee of $95 is being removed, which is nice. The $30 streaming credit will also be removed. I don't personally care about that, but I can see why that would be a problem. But if you're getting rid of the $95, okay, fine. The 4X gas category will be capped at $1,000 a quarter. No longer works at supercenters, grocery gas stations, or wholesale club gas stations. That seems very punitive. TSA Global Entry will remain. Points are still worth 1 cent per point when redeemed for travel, but are reduced to 0.8 cents for cashback redemptions. Now, the Altitude Connect, losing the $95 annual fee, I think is fine. I think even trading it for the streaming credit is also fine. They can't take away $95 of revenue for them and still leave a $30 credit. I think that's fine. Honestly, I do. That's a win. I don't even think it's that bad to cap gas at $1,000 a quarter. Most people spending organically are not going to spend $1,000 a quarter on gas. Again, they're trying to block people from going to buy gift cards and stuff. But again, I would argue if you're doing that strategy, well, then you already know this isn't really the card you would have wanted to use for that anyways. So I don't think that's that bad. The one that I think sucks the worst is the cashing out your points. Either travels 1 cent or you want to cash them out at 0.8 cents. On a card like this, it doesn't, in an ecosystem like this, it just doesn't really seem warranted given U.S. Bank hasn't stepped up and given us a reason to want to go through the U.S. Bank travel portal for travel. If all the points, could be turned into altitude points, as we said a million times, then like, sure, maybe. But that also just seems another way to restrict the card a little bit. Now, I have heard letters are going out to customers now, and I also have heard these changes don't go into effect until September, I believe it was. We have it, yes, September 9th. So for me, that does change. I mean, the Altitude Connect was on my list. It just wasn't that high up on my list. I was probably going to go Shoppers Cash Rewards next. But if the source, I find this source, I don't have a reason to doubt them, and other outlets have started to report this as well, then I would go to Altitude Connect next as a personal card, so I can cash out at 1 cent a point, then move my way to the rest of the U.S. Bank cards. So there is that. Let me know how you feel about those changes down below. I don't think they're as terrible as people are saying, considering it was not like we thought the world of U.S. Bank cards anyways, but still interesting to say the least. And an obvious sign that the U.S. Bank is not going to compete, as where Wells Fargo has decided they are going to step into the ring and compete, because our last two stories are very cool, and that is we finally have Wells Fargo Transfer Partners #1, and then we'll take a look at the autograph journey. So the transfer partners that you're going to get are as follows. They are going to go live on April 1st. Hopefully it's not a joke. I don't know why they picked that date, but hopefully it's not a joke. They will apply to all the points earning cards, which right now would include the autograph and the autograph journey. That's what you call a teaser in the business, so stay tuned. Now, partners. You're going to have one hotel partner start, Choice Hotels, Airlines, Aero Club, Air France, KLM, Avianca Life Miles, British Airways, and Iberia Plus. This is coming to us from Business Insider. Somehow they were, out of all the people to partner with, Wells Fargo and Business Insider, but they had the article, so we thank them for it. Hotel, not a big surprise. Wells Fargo does have the Choice Hotel partnership with the co-branded card, so obviously that one makes sense. I think the travel partners they're partners right now. I think it's going to be a 1-to-1 ratio. None of them personally jump out to me. I mean, I can see people like in British Airways, maybe. I just don't know a ton about them. You know my deal here is mainly cashback in the marquee legacy transfer partners that I know a lot about. Obviously, they say they're going to add more as they go. Maybe. I don't know. I still think it's possible because they do have that. They do have everyone's phone number through Built Rewards, and somehow Built Rewards has everyone like Hyatt and American. So I still think there's room here, and I wouldn't crush them yet. I think it's fine. You have to start somewhere. They're starting somewhere. If we check back in 6, 8, 12 months and it's still just this list, well, I don't know. Then I might feel differently, but you got to start somewhere. They're starting somewhere, and that's fantastic. They're starting out with the right transfer ratios, and on the cards, they work on the autograph, the basic one, and the autograph journey. But if you're tired of the basic autograph journey, or the basic autograph, you want to step up to the journey, well, we finally know what it includes again, thanks to the same Business Insider article. So here you have it. Autograph Journey, again, $95 annual fee. Multipliers, you're looking at 5 back on hotels, 4 back on airlines. You have 3 back on travel and dining, 1 back on everything else. Benefits, $50 annual airfare credit. You have a lot of trip and travel insurances, which I do believe we'll need to dig into those more to see what they actually include. But I have read multiple spots that it's a lot of travel insurance. Again, you still have access to the transfer partners that we talked about. The intro offer is going to be 60,000 points with 4,000 to spend in the first 3 months. The launch date in select branches, I don't know which select branches they are, but they are select branches, March 9th. So by the time you're watching this, it's already the case. So maybe if you've applied for it, let us know down below. And then online starting on March 20th. Now, that is a really competitive card, and I think it's important to remember when we look at Wells Fargo that I understand people who would never do business with them again. That's all well and good, I get it. But I would set that over here and just objectively look at the card. Doesn't mean you have to get it. It's a really good card. That's better than the Sapphire Preferred by a mile. Again, if you look at it, which is probably its most direct competitor, is $50 hotel credit via the travel portal for Sapphire Preferred, $50 airline airfare credit. Right now, I'd still want to see the marketing material, but right now everything's reading like it just works directly, the multipliers and the credit. I wouldn't be surprised you had to go through the airline and the portal to get the $50 credit, but right now it seems like you can just book directly, which would be insane. So it's better. The multipliers are better. The insurance is probably close to a match. I mean, the one thing the Sapphire Preferred generally wins on is primary CDW, which most cards don't have. But again, I don't know how many people are renting most cards. I'm not going to knock it for that, but it's just, does it really affect anybody? The other cool thing here is that it still works with the regular autograph. Now, it covers a wide base, but the regular autograph has 3x transit, 3x cell phones, 3x streaming as well. So you can definitely partner those cards together, and then if you throw the active cash in there, you've got a base of 2%, a whole lot of 3%, and then a 4 and a 5. The only card that gives you 5 back direct on airlines is, 5 on the Platinum gives you 5 on airlines. So this is 4. So I can see someone's going to make the title now that the Journey is the Platinum card killer. You deserve an instant downvote if you make that your title, because it's not that, and it's not doing the same thing at all. But overall, I mean, this is a really, really strong offering in that $95 price tier. Again, I think it's better than Sapphire Preferred. I think it rivals the City Premier. Again, I think the City Premier is better than the Sapphire Preferred. It's just you have to deal with City. Their hotel credit's a little bit harder to use because the dollar amount is high, but it does have a lot of 3x multipliers, so I think it's up there with that. So this overall makes Wells Fargo's system pretty good, those 3 cards. Again, they're just going to have to work on their transfer partners. But so if you get this to start, you're probably talking about the travel portal, which I don't mind. But again, it's going to come down to transfer partners, and we're going to give them the benefit of the doubt that they may be able to add people over the course of the next 6, 8, 12 months. We don't know. But overall, I think this is a really good card. I saw it, and I went to the Wells Fargo site to sign up as soon as I saw the headline, not because I want the card as a keeper, but because I see $600 on the table. So I will be applying for this when it comes out. We will probably do a video on the second channel, just more so focused on the promotion. But I think this is good. I still think Wells Fargo owes us other cards. Last time I checked, anyways, I know the business side, but I still think they could put out another higher-end card to compete with, like the Sapphire Reserve or something. So I was pleasantly surprised to see this. I think we can officially say Wells Fargo is ready to compete again. But all you travelers out there who maybe haven't sworn allegiance to one side, or you're sick of the credit game, like coupon game, I would love to hear your thoughts on this. Is this enough to sway you over to Wells Fargo? I mean, obviously for the bonus, sure, it's $600, but like in the spirit of the card, for a keeper card, could you see yourself going with, I guess we'll say, Wells Fargo trifecta? I mean, that probably is worth a video, maybe comparing now that they have the trifecta out. But anyways, I was excited to see it. We're definitely going to keep our eyes on it. We know the Signify line has to come out pretty soon. And again, I still think there was word on one other Wells Fargo card on the personal side, but I'm not sure what happened with that. It's been like a year since we talked about that. But anyways, guys, that is the news for this week. Like I said, action-packed episode. So, of course, if you liked it, drop me a thumbs up down below. If you found it particularly interesting, consider subscribing to the channel. We're posting content just like this every single week. And, of course, right back here every Sunday with all the news you can use in the week that was in credit and finance. of course, every single day over on profitablecontent.com. So the channel's blog, where we not only have the latest news stories just like this, we have bank promotions. So if you want to get into Wells Fargo, well, I know we have 2 Wells Fargo promotions over there as well. And of course, we have credit card offers. So if you don't like any of these that we talked about, well, we have others. And of course, remember, at the time of taping, the Credit Card Madness tournament is going on and in full swing. So make sure you get subscribed to help your favorite credit card take the 2024 crown. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this one. As always, thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you very soon in the next one.